Being in the service instills some values, knowing what it means to be an American, to sacrifice for others, and realizing what freedom is.
I became involved in Quilt of Valors because I have an aunt who was awarded one. Now, my aunt is 98 years old and was a nurse in World War II. She was at the beach in Omaha. She helped clean out Buchenwald. She was at the Battle of the Bulge. So to me, she is this wonderful female heroine that has been a part of my life for my entire life. And she was awarded a Quilt of Valor, and it got my attention because she was so honored and so touched that people were remembering her experiences.
My dad was in the Air Force, my brother was in the Air Force, my other brother was in the Army, I was married to a man in the Air Force. So military's always been very familiar for me.
The first quilt I made for the husband of a good friend, and she was really touched by that.
When Kim Keffer made that quilt for my husband, I saw that old leather neck light up like it was Christmas, and I knew at that time I had to be part of it.
It started in 2003. The founder had a dream, and her child was in, I believe it was in Iraq, and he was in the military, and she actually had a nightmare about a soldier, not her son, but a soldier. And in this nightmare, she saw this young man, and he was distraught, emotionally exhausted and distraught. And in her dream, someone wrapped a quilt around him. And she woke up and thought, you know, I could do that. As soon as we decided to form a guild, the pandemic hit. And so we never got a chance to meet face to face to do this. But in the summer, when the weather got nice, there were a group of us that met at a local park.
It's really kind of a cool park, because if you look one direction, you see Kentucky, and you look a different direction, you'll see West Virginia. We were sitting in Ohio, and there were rivers that separated us, and there's a picnic shelter there. So we would wear our masks, and we did it even when it was cold weather, because we could talk about the patterns we'd found.
Quilts of Valor meet specific standards in terms of size, typically made with patriotic colors, but do not have to be.
So you've mentioned that these are examples of modern and traditional. Why is this traditional and why is that modern? What makes them different?
Well, part of it, probably the most obvious thing that you're going to notice when you look at them, is the fabric selection. Okay. Color selection, the prints. This one, if you look at this, is like a Williamsburg blue. It's not white, it's vanilla. And then more of a cranberry. Okay. And it's set up in blocks. Our quilt guild is called Material Hugs, because that's what we're doing, is we're hugging you with the product of our work.
As we select a design, as we select material, cut, piece, pen, it's with hopes that veterans will know that we appreciate the sacrifice that they gave for our country. And it's just a small token, a reminder, and it's with great respect that I say thank you for your service.
I'm very humbled, just as the rest of the recipients are, and just like Teresa, I feel like, why me? And I'm grateful.
It's very, very rewarding.